Chapter 4. Ares' First Battle. As the rumblings of war echoed across the mortal world, Ares, the god of war, felt a stirring in his heart, a primal call to arms that could not be ignored. Eager to test his mettle on the field of battle and prove himself as the mightiest warrior among the gods, Ares heeded the call and descended from Mount Olympus to join the fray. His first battle took place on the sun-drenched plains of ancient Greece, where two mighty armies clashed in a brutal struggle for dominance. With his sword drawn and his shield raised high, Ares charged into the fray with a fierce battle cry, his heart pounding with excitement and anticipation. The mortal soldiers, awestruck by the sight of the god of war fighting alongside them, rallied to Ares' side, their spirits bolstered by his presence and their courage renewed. With Ares leading the charge, they fought with a ferocity and determination that sent shockwaves through the enemy ranks, driving them back with each thunderous blow. But even as Ares reveled in the chaos and carnage of battle, he knew that victory would not come easily, for his enemies were many and their resolve was strong, and they would stop at nothing to see him defeated and humiliated. And so, with his legendary skill and cunning, Ares devised a plan to turn the tide of battle in his favor. Drawing upon his mastery of strategy and tactics, he led his forces in a daring flanking maneuver, catching the enemy off guard and routing their defenses with ruthless efficiency. As the dust settled and the sounds of battle faded away, Ares stood victorious on the blood-soaked battlefield, his enemies vanquished and his allies triumphant. But even in the moment of his greatest triumph, Ares could not shake the feeling of emptiness that gnawed at his soul, a feeling born of the knowledge that war, no matter how glorious, always exacted a heavy toll. And so, as Ares surveyed the aftermath of the battle and counted the cost in lives lost and families torn apart, he vowed to never forget the true price of war. For though he may revel in the thrill of battle and the glory of victory, he knew that the true measure of a warrior lay not in the strength of his sword arm, but in the compassion and mercy that he showed to those who had fallen. And so, with a heavy heart and a renewed sense of purpose, Ares returned to Mount Olympus, his mind haunted by the memories of battle and the faces of those who had perished in the name of glory. And though he may never be able to undo the damage that war had wrought, he knew that he would always strive to be a force for good in a world consumed by darkness and strife. The end.